Hey everyone, I am happy to be here today for Restorative. If you have not already gathered all of your pillows and blankets, please go ahead and get your cozies. Also, I'd recommend grabbing a chair because that's what we're going to start out using. Well, that'll be our first official shape. You can see I have a stool here that's I'm going to use for my chair. You're more than welcome to use wall space if you have it at your disposal. Also, I'd like you to have something that you can use like a strap. I'm just using one of these. This is like an exercise band. So if you have a yoga strap, you can use that. You can grab a tie, you can grab a towel, anything that would work like a strap. And then meet me on your mat, on your back. And we will begin. I'm just laying down.
Just had a little procedure done on my knees, so I'm kind of tender today. If I look like I'm hobbling, that is why. I'm not planning on standing up at all, so please join me in that. So, in our restorative practice, most of you are familiar with this by now, but comfort is key. So as many blankets as you want. You could also do this in your bed. I oftentimes teach from my bed. You've maybe had the opportunity to see that or experience that. So you're more than welcome to do any of these Thursday restorative practices from the comfort of your bed or a couch even. Just wherever's comfortable. Start to just stretch out on your back. I have a little bit of elevation underneath the backs of my knees. That is really helpful to just allow the spine to lengthen and soften. And then you might even take an extra blanket underneath the back of the head. Provide the back of the skull with a little extra padding. And when I do this, I like to just slightly tuck and roll right underneath the cervical spine. Because the cervical spine has that little curve to it, that upward curve away from the floor. So it's nice to give it a little extra support. Let's take our hands to our belly. Start to close the eyes and let the breath move down to the belly. See if you can get your breath moving beyond your chest, even beyond the rib cage, down into the belly. Feel that expansiveness on your inhale. And that softening on your exhale. Everything comes back into the spine. And just a few breaths here. Just notice what kind of energy level, what kind of experience you're having today. If you've been moving from one task to another in a really fast-paced way, can you take a moment to pause and take a time out from that? And it'll probably take you a few minutes. Be patient with yourself. If the mind still wants to go, 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 if there's some residual effect to the body, continue to come back to your breath. Just keep softening in. A couple more breaths here on your back, just lengthening out. Last two. Last one. So next we'll take our chair, slide that underneath the backs of the knees, the calves. so that you create a 90-degree angle if you're using the chair. If you're using the wall, see if you can get your sits bones rather close so that you create that 90-degree angle, kind of L-like shape from the legs to the torso. So whatever you're doing, let it be supported. I remember these, this is a hot water bottle. I used to use these in childhood when I had a tummy ache. Heat's a really good way to help injuries like ligament, tendon, joint injuries heal, because it stimulates blood flow to a place in our body that doesn't have a lot of natural blood flow. And blood is what really helps things heal. So muscles, you think of a muscle, it tends to heal much more quickly because it's just full of blood all the time. Well, the structure of joints, knees, there's not a lot of blood flow through there. So we give it a little help by adding some heat. That's what I'm doing today. I got these on Amazon for like, I don't know, $5 or something. Okay, so settling back in. Now we're taking a really supported, gentle inversion. Feet and knees are above the heart and the head. Reversing that blood flow, oxygenating, regenerating vital organs and brain. Full length of the spine. Start to soften back in, relax the shoulders away from the ears. You can again take the hands to the belly if you like to make that visceral connection with that deep diaphragmatic breath. So how do you know if you're diaphragmatically breathing? You can feel that expansion of the belly on the inhale, and you can feel that softening on the exhale. You could picture like a baby breathing. Babies are naturally diaphragmatically breathing. They haven't really taught themselves yet to constrict the breath to the chest. It's the same with animals. Like if you have a cat at home, you can see their big bellies. I'm thinking of my cat. She has a nice big belly, expanding and contracting on her inhale. Whatever metaphor resonates with you, you might just imagine that little baby, that little puppy, that kitty. We'll take a nice long hold here. We'll be here for another 3 minutes. If you do have your legs up the wall and the feet start to go numb and tingly, you just need to bend your knees, let your feet slide down the wall. If it becomes too much, and then you can extend the legs when you're ready. Take a moment to scan the body. You notice these patterns where you hold tension. Maybe start with the crown of the head, work your way down, muscles of the face, jaw, everything relax. Neck and throat soften and open. Shoulders and chest, relax, release. Ribcage, belly, the whole torso. And the pelvis. hips, knees, ankles, and feet. Everything relaxes and softens. Take about 5 more breath cycles where you are right now. Slow, deep belly breaths. Last full breath cycle. If you're against the wall, slowly make your way away from the wall. If you have that chair underneath, the backs of the knees will sit up enough to move it out of the way. Take your time with that. It's normal for being upside down to cause a little bit dizziness when you get upright again, like especially with the feet over the head. If that happens to you, there's nothing wrong. It's just a natural reversal of blood flow and oxygen, and it will pass. Alright, so next we'll take our strap, whatever we're going to use for a strap. Maybe that's your towel, your tie, your dog's leash. Whatever you grab that. We'll start by looping the ball mound of the right foot into the strap and sending that up towards the ceiling. Okay, so when we're working with the legs, and especially if you have tight hamstrings in this position, pad the back of your head. Maybe you fold your blanket over a little bit more so that your spine is not rolling away from the mat, but it's actually supported, so back of the head gets a little extra padding. You'll flex your toes towards your face. You can wrap your knuckles once or twice around your strap so that you can really bend your elbows and relax your arms down alongside your body. Shoulders heavy, they're not doing any work here. Now your left leg, you can either keep it stretched out long or you can bend the knee and plant the foot. Oftentimes our hamstrings or our low back will dictate what it will tolerate and what it will not tolerate. So your job here in this restorative practice is to listen to your body, pay attention, try not to force anything. With the ball mound of the foot into the strap, begin to point and flex the toes. So you're adding a little bit of movement through that right ankle, the right foot. We'll take both ends of the strap into the right hand. I should have had you do this before, but if you have a pillow, send it off to the outer right hip. Right, so we're going to take our leg off to the right. Maybe it's a pillow or two. And then it's possible that your outer leg will come to rest on that pillow, and it's possible that it won't reach it. Maybe the hips are a little bit tighter, and that's okay too, for it to just kind of hang out in space. But if you do want to really relax and release into this, continue to stack props underneath that outer right leg, right ankle, until it relaxes and releases to the support of your prop. You can extend that left arm out to the left side to counterbalance any weight distribution. And pause and breathe here. 1 full minute on this side. Back to your diaphragmatic breathing, deep belly breath. Soft grip with the hand. Five, 4, 3, 2. Begin to make your way back up with that right foot towards the ceiling. Release the strap from the right foot and then let that right leg extend out long. Just going to wiggle the hips right to left. Settle back into your lengthened position, this little mini Shavasana. If you were using a prop on your right hip, you can move it off to your left, but we're still going to pause here for a few moments. And I would like you to just pause. Hands to the belly. Diaphragmatic breathing. Notice your right side. How does it feel? Drawing the attention and awareness up and down the right side of the body. Okay. Now we'll start to set up our second side. So we'll loop up the ball mound of the left foot into your strap. Your right leg, again, can be extended out long, or you can bend the knee and plant the foot, your choice, or your body's choice, really. Sometimes the ego wants what the body can't handle. So we need to learn to listen, practice listening. There's always a practice. Maybe you're double wrapping the knuckles around the strap. So you can really soften the elbows and let the hands just be heavy. Yes, it's okay if the leg doesn't get completely straight of that left leg. The knee can be bent a little bit. It's totally fine. Begin to just point and flex that left ankle. Press the ball mound of the foot into the strap and then pull the toes towards the face and then press the toes towards the ceiling. Just do that a few times. Okay, so we'll set up to open out through that left hip, taking both hands, or both ends of the strap into the left hand rather. And you'll start to peel that left leg open any amount. You can add as many props, pillows, you could even use your chair there, along the outer left leg. And see if you can practice this idea of non-attachment. to whatever this left leg does. And my left side's just a little bit stiffer. It doesn't make it all the way to the pillow, and that's fine. Right arm can stretch out to the right side to counterbalance. Deep breath in. Breath out. Let's settle in for 1 full minute here. Continue to bring your awareness back to your big, full belly breath. Maybe it helps to picture your cat, your dog, sweet little baby, breathing all the way into the belly. Five, 4, 3, 2, last one. Really slow. Take your time with this. Start to bring the left foot up towards the ceiling. Just pause for a full breath and reach through the foot. And then release the strap. Extend the left leg out long. Don't worry about where we're going next. Just take a pause here. Pause and allow yourself to feel the effect of the shape. A residual echo move through the body to find stillness. Awareness to the left side body. Alright, so next shape. I'm going to face down on our bellies. So we'll set up a belly down Shavasana. So if you practiced with me before, you're familiar with different ways to set up belly down Shavasana with the support of pillows underneath the chest, maybe a block or a folded blanket underneath the forehead. I also like to take a folded or rolled blanket or towel underneath the tops of the ankles. So I'm going to move my blanket down to the end of my mat where my feet are going to rest. So that my ankles get to have this natural curve, just like my cervical spine would. And then as I flip over, again, this is optional. You can always come just flat onto the belly, take your hands underneath the forehead, elbows wide. Same idea of stimulating the digestive system, ascending, descending colon, small and large intestine. Really good for a healthy gut, which we could all use right now. Let's be honest. All right. So whatever kind of support you're going to use underneath your belly. And then again, being sure that your spine has the kind of support that it needs. And this is a little bit trial and error, depending on your neck. Maybe it's a folded blanket or a block that's underneath the forehead. Maybe it's just your hands folded underneath your forehead. And then you can kind of play with the position of the arms. So you can have like a really lazy like sphinx, elbows out wide to the sides. Or you can drape the arms down alongside the body, fingertips reaching back towards your feet. Just allow your arms to kind of explore those options until you find something that feels good on the shoulders and the neck. And so So as you arrive here, really start to deepen in and take advantage of, now here, we'll take advantage of the lungs being really nice and open. In particular, the back of the lungs, so you can imagine, visualize, see, feel, or sense, whatever one of those words resonates. This expansion of the back of the ribs and the lungs pressing into the back body as you breathe in. And everything softening towards the floor as you breathe out. We have about 3 minutes here on our belly. Give yourself one more full breath on your belly. Feel free to stay in this shape for your final Shavasana if you are really comfortable, if you've come to a place of rest, if you're feeling really nourished here, stay with that. There's no reason to move out of it if it's feeling good. If you prefer a different shape for Shavasana, like the same way we started on our back, just supporting the body, little roll of blanket underneath the knees, or even coming back to legs draped over the chair, legs up the wall. Just finding a place to spend this last minute together in stillness. It's the key of our Shavasana, is finding that place where we can be still, with the body relaxed, settled, without fidgeting, without moving around a whole lot. We'll settle in. So big breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale, release the jaw. Shoulders draw down away from the ears. Jaw softens and releases. Last full breath here. And feel free to stay in Shavasana longer if you have more time in your day. Always an invitation for that. If you're still on your belly, you can slowly press your way up. Maybe make a pass through child's pose if that sounds good. If you're coming from your back body, rolling off to a side. We'll just take a moment to gather together in an upright seat. Can't really bend my knees today. So sit however's comfortable for you. Rotate through the spine. Exhale, let your shoulders settle. Left palm flat against the heart, right palm stacking on top. Bow your chin to your chest. Just take a moment here, feel your heart beating, acknowledging the effort, acknowledging that you are here, that you are trying, you are always trying your best. And that will look different from day to day, and that's okay. This is always enough. To all of our teachers, past, present, future, to the teacher within your own heart. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for being with me.